I think caregiving is one of the hardest things because as a caregiver, we're giving of ourselves. We're watching somebody that we don't have control over and that we can't be fully responsible for, but we love them so much. We care about them so deeply. And through NAMI support groups, caregivers get support. Caregivers are encouraged to participate in wellness activities and to keep themselves well. And I think sometimes people need that permission, and NAMI gives them that permission.
Caregiving is so important. As a psychologist, I consider myself a caregiver. As a family member who has a family member that experiences depression and anxiety, this is a time that we need to honor what we've done because we know that the work of a caregiver can cause some stress, can cause some anxiety. Even though we want to be there for everyone, it's really important to take a step back, take a couple deep breaths, and take care of you. Because once you take care of you, you can do anything.
I encourage everybody that's a caregiver to take some time to take care of yourself, whatever that is. Find your joy, whether it's nature, whether it's, reading a book. That's super important. I also encourage you, just enjoy regular family time with your loved one. Put it aside and just be a family. I encourage people to do that also. Don't lose sight of that. And do what you need to do to take care of your own mental health, whether it's to seek out your own therapist, a NAMI support group, a NAMI education class. That's really important.
So 3 things I do for self-care. Get my feet done, buy me wigs. I got enough wigs to open up my own wig store. I love wigs, different colors, all kinds, short. And I take 20 minutes to myself a day. Sometimes I can't get a whole 20 minutes because I'll be having meetings, so I have to break it down to 5 minutes or 2 minutes, but I make sure every day I get at least 20 minutes to myself for my own sanity.
He says, I know you need help yourself. There's a support group that I want you to try. Go and look it up, NAMI.org. Surely enough, I found a support group, and I found a family. I found a place that was safe, where I could speak, where I wasn't judged. And I will never forget that night we talked about self-care. And they mentioned how you put on your oxygen mask first before you put it on your child. And I had not been doing that. I was just focused on her challenges. We were in and out of hospitals. I was focused on work, on my other daughter, on my relationship with my husband, church, volunteering, etc. And really not taking care of myself, not sleeping, worrying about what if. And then I started running. One of the things that we promised that night is, what is everybody, raise your hand to, what are you gonna do for yourself before the next support group? I said, I'm gonna go out and run. And here I am, 3 marathons in since that time. And it's been a relief for me, but also I think an example for my daughter, that we need to take time for ourselves and to check in with ourselves.
My self-care is walking. I walk every morning. My husband and I walk. I take care of my grandchildren a lot, and on any day that I'm just even feeling sad, they're, thank God, close enough to me, so I pick one up and go. They are my total joy. And my other one is being a part of a support group. And I leave that support group every week inspired by watching the way people are getting through all of this.
We found, my wife and I, that friends, family, and even our faith community did not fully appreciate the challenges that we were facing as a family. And so being with others who understood, being with others who you could talk to about what you might be going through, understanding what they were going through, and being supportive was extremely powerful for us. It wasn't so much the sharing, it was the understanding, it was the encouragement, it was the practical tips, and sometimes it was just being there for one another. Sometimes just being there without words can be very, very powerful for those who sometimes feel like they're facing this all alone.
Now, I'm a caregiver for one of my beautiful parents. diagnosed with schizophrenia. For self-care, I get together with my girls every Wednesday, and we play games, like just, regular card games or karaoke or whatever it is, like whatever we choose to do on that Wednesday, we get together and we just have a good time. My daughter is spending time with her gives me opportunity just to, just be a kid again. And then one more thing, I'm spiritual, so I listen to gospel music and just music that's inspiring and empowering.
As a caregiver, and also as a person that lives with a mental health condition. And 3 things that I do for self-care is that I take time for myself, only by myself. No kids, no dogs, nobody involved. And I listen to personal development every day. And I try to stay active every day, even if it is a 15-minute walk.
Sleep to me is like the forgotten, core principle of health. And I just know that when I prioritize my sleep, I have more to give. The second thing that I would say is, this is very authentic for me, I love solitude, which is not necessarily something that a caregiver gets a lot of or feels like they can ask for. But as a mom of 2 little kids and a caregiver and a wife, taking time by myself to go do things is the most important thing I found that makes me feel whole. So even 3 weeks ago, I took a trip by myself for 2 days, and I rode all the rides, and I walked, and I listened to music, and I came home feeling just so incredibly reset, which was exactly what I need.
I love plants. I might kill a few, but mostly they're doing okay. And I think I have 47 plants right now at home, and I just keep growing them. And in my office, I talk to them, and it makes me feel like I'm in a jungle. But it brings me really, really, it just brings me a lot of happiness when I walk in and you see all these things that are thriving because you've cared about them. And we get to do the same thing for people. But wellness and self-care, it's finding out what makes you tick. And sometimes you have to try a few things. And families might say, I don't have the energy or the time. But it could be 5 minutes of just breathing with an app on your phone, just to feel grounded, just to feel good.